So Spencer, our favourite time of the week, weekly catch up. First of all, let's just look back to Saturday. Great 1-0 win for the team. What are your thoughts? And you've had a few days to digest it.
Yeah, look, we said out of the two games, the Wednesday, Saturday, 3 points we hoped was the bare minimum. 4 or above would have been phenomenal, but 2 really hard games. Looking back at the game at Boreham Wood, I mean, obviously, just such a terrible decision at 2-1. We didn't do enough, but what a decision that is if you look back at that handball. But look, I thought we just about by the skin of our teeth edged it in a really good game on Saturday against Slough. Good side, and then just gone on and obviously beaten Dorking. So tight, got a great goal, and that obviously was the key, the first goal, and defended very well really. So very little between the two sides. Two, really strong teams that have started so well, and obviously got a lot of time. And I know Scotty David really, really well. So he's we speak to a lot, so we knew each other. So there's a lot of tactical stuff going on. So pleased to get those 3 points, and we know this is such a difficult run of games.
Actually, kind of mentioned it was a bit of a mental last 3 games we've had in the space of a week. Good to have a week off this week. How are we looking as a team? Any changes? Any updates?
Yeah, so we've got 2 departures to announce. Obviously, just subject to the usual paperwork, but all agreed. So sadly, we're saying goodbye to Ben Mason, who is signing for another National South club. Ben is so unfortunate with us. Sometimes things just don't work. If you think about it, he's been with us best part of a year. I don't think he's actually started a competitive game. He's had so many injuries. He's desperate to play. He's a dedicated right back, and we've been rotating fairly equally between wing backs and a back 4. So I couldn't give him the minutes that he wants. He's come out of Wimbledon. He's so unlucky with injuries. He's a great lad, and so I spoke to him and I said, look, I think it is time that we part. I didn't think the loan was the right thing. It's just not worked out. And of course we come back to money, budget. So I said to him that sadly I couldn't see a way forward with us. And we circulated him, had quite a bit of interest from lower clubs, and then a National South club that's got suspension came in and wanted to go, and I think it's a no-brainer, and all we can do is wish him all the best. He needs a clear run of injuries and to get fully match fit, but he's got a great opportunity there, and he's such a good lad. His attitude on the summer, he was desperate to do well, and I said sometimes things just don't work out however well you try. So that's a shame, but I'm sure it's the right decision for all parties. So we've got cover in these areas at the moment, so that's that one. And sadly, we are terminating early the Jake loan from Watford. Sadly, we've only seen him for I think 2 sessions in total. One was a game. Unfortunately, picked up an injury at Watford, and he's still not fit. And it's just going on and on. So I spoke to Watford and the player today, who was a little bit down about it, and I said, look, we need to call this day here. Get fully match fit, see where you are in a month or so's time, and we'll go again. So sadly, we're gonna terminate that because it's just pointless at the moment. With he's got an injury similar to Guy, and we knew how long that took to heal. So they're 2 away, but it is what it is, and we thank them and we wish them all the very, very best, and we move on.
So with 2 out, is there any news of any potential incomings, or are we just looking to solidify at the moment?
No, there's no incomings. When I speak to Rob, there's no incomings. Things are just so tight. We've spent the money. Let's not forget we brought in Aaron Cole a few weeks ago. The reality is we have to monitor the budget very, very carefully. We've got some really good players here. We've got Matty MacArthur, who's getting up to match fitness, Ben AC, we've got Manny, who's come back to full fitness now. Jack played 90 odd minutes for Luton the other night, so he's in contention for this weekend. So look, we've got more than enough at the moment. We're not a club that can run a big squad. We just don't have the funds. We all know I'm desperately looking for another striker. Hish is still potentially another 3 weeks away, and he's been an absolute legend. We're not paying him. We said we couldn't pay him, so he's still here, hoping to get fit. But we're obviously looking on the forwards as well, because we know that we've got to bring in another forward. We're great at the moment, squad size, but obviously when injuries and suspensions kick in, it's going to get very difficult. But no, we're very happy with what we've got. We'll always be looking, but we've spent the money, and when you bring in such a favourite as Cooley back, it's really exciting for everybody. So we have to accept and respect the budget. So look, things are going well, and you know, I certainly don't agree that it's a free week, Mike. But we're here preparing for the trophy on Saturday.
So let's reflect onto the trophy then. So it's a break from the league, which I think is a good thing in one way and maybe not in another way. What are your thoughts about the game coming up?
As I said before, I think it's such a difficult competition at the start. But then I think it's 6 games from Wembley. I mean, you probably never get nearer. So that's the excitement for later rounds. But the problem is you've got to get to the later rounds, and any away game, certainly against a team in our own division, is particularly difficult. Salisbury, obviously, we beat well a few weeks ago. I've got to make some decisions. Is it the most important game of the season? Is it the least important game of the season? It's a tough one to put together, really. Salisbury are a different beast at home. They've got fantastic fans and stadium, and they've beaten some really strong sides at home. And you know, they've started the season really well, particularly at home. And they've made it clear they're desperate to put that day behind them and put on a performance. Will we look at changes? Quite possibly. You know, we need to manage the squad we've just talked about. We need to be careful, and let's not forget that next weekend we're going to the league leaders away, long distance on Saturday, followed up by Worthing a couple of days later. So we've got a lot of football to play. So we'll look very carefully and see how everybody is after training, and then we'll make decisions about what we do. But look, we know that we can play well, and if we play well, we've got a great chance of winning. But we also know that Salisbury will be a different animal on their pitch. Got some very good players, and you know, have started the season really, really well, because it's a big jump and it's tough, and they've made some great signings. You know, they've backed Brian really well. He's done really well. That's they're the good side there, footballing side. So look, we'll definitely go there and be really, really positive. Look forward to it, because you know, one of these days we want to look back and go, do you know what, we're going to Wembley, and you know, it's not impossible 6 games. You know, we're only talking about teams one division above, and to be fair, a lot of those teams, it's not their priority. So you've got to be in it, and you know, we're desperate to do well, so we will be fully focused. It's so far from a week off. We're doing all the work, and if not more, on preparations. But of course, Salisbury might change things as well, and you know, it's one of those that you've got to react on the day. Straight to penalties at 90 minutes as well. So, you know, anything can happen, but let's just really focus and see if we can get through to the next round.
We know that when we get the fans behind us at an away game, we can win any game at all. So why should the fans make the relatively short journey down to Salisbury?
Yeah, look, they've been amazing, haven't they? I mean, look at the attendances. I mean, the club is growing, you know, really well. On and off the pitch, you know, for us to be, 1 point off second, and, you know, we've played some great football, some exciting football, and you know, we're way ahead of where we should be, and that's fantastic. So look, there's always ups and downs. It still really hurts me about the FA Cup this year, you know, and away ties are so difficult. But yeah, it is a reasonably short journey. It's a really nice club that we always get very well looked after at Salisbury. So you know, it's a nice place to go. 2 footballing sides, and you know, I'm sure many of our fantastic fans will get down there and support us, and we're so grateful for it. It makes such a difference, and you know, we're doing well, so let's just keep embracing it, keep trying to win football games, and we'll see where it takes us.
Cheers, Spencer, and good luck Saturday.
Thanks a lot, Mike.